Wonder? What up, Wonder?
What's good, y'all? It's MJ. Welcome back to the Heir-Apparent Podcast. This is episode 2. I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic. I'd like to start this off with a moment of silence for the still sick and suffering, the addict who will pick up for the first time, and the addict who will pick up for the last time and won't be with us tomorrow, followed by the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So, I call this the Heir-Apparent Podcast, and I touched on this a little bit last week. So, if the definition of heir-apparent is like next in line to the throne, right? Well, there was like an old meaning to the heir-apparent for me when I first started making music. And a lot of that had to do with how deep in my cycle of addiction I was. I was intentionally doing the wrong thing. I didn't care that I was doing the wrong thing. And I was like stuck in this cycle of addiction. So the old heir-apparent was like, I'm the devil's replacement, right? Like, I was born in hell, I was made in hell, and I'm going to take over hell one day. And that was like my shtick, I guess. Not a very good one. I think my current brand is a lot more polished and honestly separates me from other artists much better than that did. I kind of fell in line with, the status quo of the rap game, in a sense, with that old thinking. And that ties into this old way of not giving a fuck that I used to have versus my current way of not giving a fuck. Because don't get it twisted, I still don't give a fuck. But I don't give a fuck in the right way now, if that makes sense. And if it doesn't, let me explain. The old version of me not giving a fuck had a lot to do with self-sabotage. Like I said, intentionally doing the wrong thing and not caring about the consequences. Doing a lot of drugs. Drinking and driving all the time. Just drinking constantly, really, from the minute I woke up until the minute I passed out at night. Just a lot of, prior to my most recent girlfriend, who I'm no longer with, a lot of promiscuous sex. Yeah, just intentionally doing the wrong thing. And that was like supposed to be part of my brand. And it's a shit brand. I don't even think it compares to my current brand. I think my current brand is going to allow me to help a lot of people and honestly reach the places I want to go with my music. I think it's a lot easier to gain support when you're doing the right thing. And I think that I will develop real, genuine, deeper connections with the people that fuck with my shit. This isn't a facade. Not that that was necessarily a facade. I wasn't lying about the shit I was doing. But I was trying to fit a mold. I was trying to be a person that I'm not. I love people. I care about people. I don't like hurting people. I don't like upsetting people. Not that I'm a people pleaser, but like I don't intentionally go out of my way to, harm somebody. I want to help people. And I think that my story, the story of my life and my addiction and everything I've overcome, all these challenges, all these obstacles, and I'm just continuing to push forward, I feel like that is motivating to people. It's motivating to me. So yeah, my old brand of music contributed to me staying stuck in that cycle of addiction. Because that was what I was building a brand around. I didn't want to get help. that's just who I was. I thought. So, sidebar, you're going to hear my dog bark occasionally. He is a border collie who's very reactive and has very bad anxiety and gets scared of a lot of things. But we love him anyway. So as I was saying, yeah, I was stuck in this cycle of addiction with my music. I'm not blaming my music, but my music certainly didn't help. Because I was thinking that I had to continue acting that way so my songs weren't a fugazi. So they weren't a facade. But the whole thing was really a facade. That's not who I am. I thought it was who I am. It's not who I am. You know, it was a lot of quick thrills. It was a lot of danger. It was a lot of excitement. Sure. Thought I wanted that lifestyle. Sounds fun, doesn't it? Whew. Wasn't at peace with myself. You know, I have a line in Remind Me that says, quick thrills always blow up in your fucking face. And they do. They absolutely always blow up in your fucking face. So, I think my current music brand is going to help a lot of people, man. And I think it'll hold me accountable too, in the sense that how can I be my brand, which is that young, sober voice in the rap game? How can I be that if I'm not sober? So really, my music now holds me accountable, which is completely opposite of before when it was enabling me. My music was enabling me to continue acting the way that I was acting before. Now it's holding me accountable. So yeah, I got a lot of goals for this year when it comes to the music stuff. I'm definitely getting back in the studio. I have a date in mind soon. I'm not gonna say it because I'm not sure yet, but it will be within the next month and a half maybe. I'm excited to go back to New Cut Recordings down in Severn, Maryland, right outside Baltimore. Get back to work with my guy Tanner Kelly, the best sound engineer in the DMV. I mean, you want professional sounding stuff, you go see Tanner Kelly at New Cut Recordings. And no, he's not paying me to say that. He's that good at what he does. So that, I want to get into doing some live stuff. You know, that's the only real way I'm going to get paid right now, doing music. Because you make 0.003 cents per stream. I think I did the math and it's like per million streams is like $3,000. That sucks. A million streams is a lot. Listen, I'm not Drake, okay? I can't just put out a mid song or below average song and still make money off it. I can't even put out a good song and make money off it right now. So, yeah, I wanted to get into doing some live stuff. I think that'll help get my name out there. I think that, you know, it'll just be a good experience for me overall. Meet some people, play some venues, develop connections, network within the industry. I think that is probably my mission number one this year. Along with expanding my catalog, you know, getting some stuff recorded and more stuff on Spotify and Apple Music. So I have, you know, more of a portfolio for you know, record labels, people that evaluate potential acts at their venues, you know. Yeah, so I got a lot planned for the music stuff. Obviously, I could make a 3-hour long video about music marketing and how crazy it is these days, and I'm not going to do that because it's so boring. That's like the boring part of music, is the business side of music. So I won't get into all that, but obviously I'm going to have to spend a lot of time doing that too. Yeah, I'm really excited. A lot of my stuff is going to be focusing on like my previous state of mind when I was in active addiction versus my current state of mind in early recovery. And then obviously as I get more immersed in my recovery, more secure in my recovery down the line, I'll be making songs about, being in long-term sobriety. But that's not where I'm at right now. Right now, I'm 3 months sober, coming off of a 6-month relapse. Gotta be where my feet are at. Right now, I'm a package handler at FedEx, Monday through Friday, until 5:30 p.m. Varies, the start time varies, but till 5:30 p.m. I am a FedEx boy. I'm FedEx's bitch for those hours. But here's the thing. FedEx is actually really good for where I'm at right now. The hours are flexible. If I want to make more money, I can just stay there later. It's stable, which I really need right now. This early on in my recovery, I need something stable and consistent. There's room to advance if I choose to do that. That's something that I'm not worried about in this current moment, because I want to see where I can go with all this kind of stuff. Making the podcast, doing music, developing that network this year, and see what opportunities arise for me without feeling like I'm tied down to something. I don't owe FedEx shit. That's the beautiful part about this. I could quit tomorrow. I'm not going to, because I need that paycheck. So right now I'm still FedEx's bitch. But I could quit tomorrow. If the cards fall a certain way. So but if this shit doesn't work out for whatever reason, there's always room to move up there. My foot's in the door, So I think FedEx is actually the perfect place for me to be right now. That's where my feet are at. I'm making music. I'm working at FedEx. I'm trying to dig myself out of a financial hole that I got into because of my brilliant ideas during active addiction. I'm going through a breakup. I'm not actively looking for any kind of romantic relationship. I say I'm going through a breakup. We broke up a few months ago, but, I did love this girl. I still love this girl. That's another thing I'll say about this podcast. It's not a space where I'm going to use it to publicly bash girls that I've dated. Regardless of, if they hurt me or if they didn't. That's not what this is for at all. This isn't designed to just put people on blast. That's not what I started this for. I will talk about my experience in romantic relationships occasionally if it relates to what I'm talking about, like the topic that I'm talking about. But this won't be ex bashing. Like that's not what this is for. And I wish every girl that I've ever been with well. Whether we're on good terms or bad terms or whatever we are. I have no hatred in my heart for any of them. I wish no ill will toward any of them. And if they did kind of do me dirty, like I said last week, how can we expect forgiveness if we don't give forgiveness? I'm past it. I just hope that, what I hope that they got out of it is that they learned from it. They used it as an opportunity to grow. They look back at it and be like, you know what, I kind of fucked up in that situation. If a similar situation, presents itself in the future, I'm going to take a different course of action. So, yeah. I just got to have tunnel vision this year. And I think that I really like where I'm at right now. And I think that I want to surround myself around the right people. So I need to start hitting meetings more. I've been slacking on that. I need to start, doing step work and everything. Been slacking on that. I just got bumped down to just regular outpatient instead of intensive outpatient for my program, my behavioral health program, my addiction program, alcohol abuse program, whatever the hell you want to call it, at Summit Behavioral Health in Princeton Junction. My therapist, Mika, is amazing. I love her. She's the best. And, the people there I love, too. This isn't a space that I would call them out by name. Because, I wouldn't want to be called out if that's not something I'm comfortable with and, outed as being an alcoholic or an addict or, having a problem and struggling and needing help. If I wasn't, if I cared about that, I wouldn't want someone to out me like that. So I'm not gonna out anybody else. But yeah, I love the people there. What is going on with my hair? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, sidebar. Yeah, I love the people there. There we go. And it's just a really, really nurturing environment where, a lot of people do a lot of emotional growth. And it's beautiful to see. I've seen it in plenty of people that I am there with, spending a lot of time with every week. And I see noticeable, sizable growth in them as people, and it's beautiful. It's really encouraging. It's motivating for me, too. But yeah, I got to get back into going to meetings consistently. Like I said, my goal is 3 a week, and I'm going to stick to that. I'm going to a meeting tomorrow night. I'm going to go to a meeting Saturday morning. I'm going to go to a meeting Sunday morning. That's my plan. Wednesday night, Saturday morning, Sunday morning. And I'm going to check back next week, and I'm going to hold myself accountable. And if I don't do it, I'm going to say I didn't do it. I didn't meet my standards this week. But I am very confident that I'm going to do it. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff that obviously I'm going to end up talking about, but if I talked about it all right now, it would take away from future episodes. And I don't want to do that. I'm not just going to throw up all my content into one episode. So this was kind of just an update on where I'm at. Kind of like more background about me and, what I want with this podcast, kind of, which, I want this to be a place that I can discuss recovery, discuss my journey, and talk about me being, the heir apparent. My time is coming. And whoever's watching this will be along for the ride with me when that time does come, and it will. I'm confident in that. So yeah, hope everybody is having a really good week. If you're not, we used to, at Hamilton West, where I went to high school, we used to, do the morning announcements, and they used to say, you can make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. And I didn't ever understand that until now. I choose to have good days every day now. I don't take work home with me, ever. Ever. And I just choose to make every day a good day, a productive day. And, just try to get the most out of my 24 hours. So, appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm going to close this the same way that I started it, with a moment of silence for the still sick and suffering, the addict who will pick up for the first time, the addict who will pick up for the last time and won't be with us tomorrow, followed by the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Love y'all. Stay safe.
What up, Wonder?